Hey guys, my name is Alex of December Boys, and in this video I will be sharing tips and correcting your mistakes with the flourish called Under Pressure. First and foremost, I would like to just stress one more time that teach other people's moves. I don't like doing that, but after seeing so many people explaining this flourish, teaching something that they haven't even mastered yet, I kind of cringe every time people have to learn that flourish and they are doing mistakes, and eventually they will find out that they are doing this wrong and they need to learn it one more time. So it's not tutorial per se, but I'll share some tips that will help you and eventually may correct all the mistakes that you're doing when performing under pressure, because we have been requested to do a tutorial on this move so many times. Here you go, guys. So basically, I don't really think that prerequisite for this flourish is pressure fan, which we have explained in one of our videos already, which looks like this. But I think that it will be really beneficial for you if you master how to do a pressure fan. Because when I was starting cardistry, ironically, I learned the under pressure first, which is kind of advanced flourish, and it's considered a little bit more advanced than the pressure fan. And that's why my under pressure in one of my first videos was looking like this. Something like this. And I assume that for most of the people who are asking us to teach that, who have learned this flourish from other people on YouTube, they are performing it this way. They don't know better than that. My goal in this video is to show you maybe a way how you can increase the size of under pressure so that it will look even better on video and for your spectators, and of course maybe correct a few gripping mistakes as well. So basically, if you perform under pressure fan, pressure fan like this, you can see that you're in big advantage because you can create a semicircle and then let the cards go and flow in the motion of the under pressure flourish. Something like this. So when you have this ability of create a semicircle, like a solid semicircle, and if your grip is really tight, you can let go of the cards and they will be creating this kind of backwards movement so that you can create a really nice under pressure flourish. And I would like a lot more people to do this flourish this way, of course. Best way to achieve that is, of course, practice on a small distance. So let's assume you are doing under pressure something like this. So your first goal is to make sure that you're increasing the size of the flourish, but still you're catching the cards in your receiving hand. You need to try and make sure that you're doing one flawless motion with cards on a small distance like this, and this is already better than if you're doing this like this. So the problem with under pressure that I see also that people do is they push downwards straight away with their middle finger and index finger. So what I would suggest you to avoid doing that, just continue with creating the semicircle and push a little bit with your index finger and of course middle finger, but don't direct your hand downwards so that they are kind of being almost like jumping off your middle finger and the index finger and creating this arch. Completely different flourishes if you do it like this, incorrectly of course, and if you're letting the cards go on this arch like this, it's much better. So these are two main tips on this flourish. Of course, once you got the motion down, once you make sure that cards are flowing like this, of course you can then experiment and increase the size so that under pressure will look something like this. Another tip would be, if you're using a borderless deck, this flourish looks even cooler. So let's try something like this. And of course, final tip for the finishing of this flourish, once you feel like you are left with about 10 to 15 cards and you know that the flourish is about to end, you don't need to do some kind of like this sloppy moment. You feel that the cards are going to be moving backwards naturally and you just close it like this. So it's really hard to do in slow motion, but you will feel it once you get down the initial movement, and that is pretty much it. I hope these tips were useful for you guys. I hope that you can increase the size and the overall look of under pressure flourish. And if you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. До побачення.